What's up, Yu-Gi-Oh! 101 card review. Here to review a card coming in Shadow Specters as a TCG exclusive November 8th. And what we're looking at here is Sacred Noble Knight of King Artorigus. And it is a light warrior exceed effect monster, rank 5, attack and defense 2200. Description, if I mean description, 2 level 5 Noble Knight monsters. When this card is exceed summon, you can target up to 3 Noble Arms equipped spell cards with different names in your graveyard. Equip those targets to this card. Once per turn, you can detach one exceed material from this card, then target one other monster on the field, destroy that target. If this card on the field is sent to the graveyard, you can target one level 4 or higher Noble Knight monster in your graveyard and special summon that target. Okay, cool. Again, cards like this, it continues to make sense out of them banning Monster Reborn, but I'm just reassuring people that banning Monster Reborn was actually a good thing because of the future cards they had coming into this game, and this is one of them, as well as the other cards that I mentioned in the past. So, yeah, man. So, this card right here, it has a Monster Reborn like effect for your Noble Knights. Um, it still has that same effect as uh, Noble Knight King Artorigus, and where it equips 3 Noble Arms spell cards from the graveyard onto itself. But the difference is this card, it just blows monsters up on the field. It blows monsters up on the field. So yeah, so like there's actually like a funny story behind this card. When I reviewed cards like Lady of the Lake, I think it was either Lady of the Lake or it was Noble Arms Excalibur. It was one of the two. And I had said that, matter of fact, I believe it was Noble Arms Excalibur, because Noble Arms Excalibur had this effect where where it banishes itself from the graveyard to summon another Exceed monster on top of an Exceed monster that you have on the field already. And I said it would have been stupid if they didn't introduce another Exceed monster along with this card in the same, what I'm saying, in that same booster pack. And a lot of people, they were kind of, curious and kind of like upset at me a little bit. They were like, man, of course they're going to release another Exceed monster. You can see it on the list. At the time I reviewed the card, it wasn't on the list. So I'm going off of history. And in history, in Yu-Gi-Oh, like I said, I've been playing the game since 2002. I've seen a lot of things happen. And one of those things was when cards such as Noble Arms Excalibur were confirmed for the game, in that same pack weren't the cards that could go along with it. So it was basically useless. You know what I mean? So I was hoping that they would learn from their mistakes and they would do something like this, and they did. Noble Arms Excalibur is in the same booster pack as this cards, and that makes sense, man. Don't release cards separate that's supposed to go together. You know what I mean? If these two cards are supposed to work together in some sort of strategy, then let that happen. You know what I mean? Let them be released in the same pack. Don't release them in two separate packs that are months apart. Yeah, that makes no sense. But yeah, man. So they did introduce another Exceed Noble Knight. It just so happened to be another Artorigus. Whoopee. As if I wanted to see his face again. Anyway, but yeah, link to this card is gonna be in the description. You guys can check it out, and I'll see you guys for the next card review. Peace.